In this short video, Scott Ritter examines Hezbollah leader's speech, which he calls genius, what Hezbollah, Iran, and Hamas all want, and I explain leadership, goals over emotions. Let's go.
No one can do it better.
The same thing with Hassan Nasrallah. Hezbollah is a political party, not just a movement of resistance. It is a political party that is committed to the betterment of Lebanon, the entirety of Lebanon. Why would Hassan Nasrallah throw that all away, all the work that Hezbollah has done in the course of the past decades to legitimize themselves as a political party in the eyes of the Lebanese people, to be seen as a party that is beneficial to all Lebanese? Why would he throw that away by attacking Israel blindly and opening Lebanon up to be destroyed the same way Gaza is being destroyed? That is not good leadership. That is bad leadership. Hassan Nasrallah has never been accused of being a bad leader. He is a good leader. So Hassan Nasrallah, together with Ibrahim Raisi in Iran, are working on escalation management, how to control all of this,
chaos,
proclivity for violence, how to keep it under control so that Hamas can win their victory. If any of these things blow up, I can guarantee you that if Hezbollah comes across the border and invades Israel and there's a major war there, we will not be talking about Gaza anymore. We will not be talking about a Palestinian state. We will be talking about a larger conflict that gets into the existential survival of Israel. And that's a completely different debate. One of the reasons why Hamas can prevail on the global community right now is that they're talking about the creation of a Palestinian state. The world supports this. But the moment this becomes about the destruction of Israel, the world will not support this. So it's imperative to stay focused on the mission.
I like that. So that's why, because Nasrallah's last speech, a lot of people thought it was a little moderate and almost selfish, especially in the Middle Eastern community. You called it a genius speech that's going to go down in history as a genius speech.
Genius speech.
So from your point of view, is it genius just because it's focused on the main goal of Hamas, which is the Palestinian state? Or is it genius because it's going to allow Nasrallah to live longer, to remain, Hezbollah to stay for longer?
I think Hezbollah has shown and has earned its spurs, so to speak, as a resistance movement. And if anybody thinks that Hezbollah exists for selfish reasons like that, then they don't understand Hezbollah. Hezbollah is a resistance organization. Its fighters are extraordinarily well disciplined, and they've shown a willingness to sacrifice themselves in support of a cause worthy of that sacrifice. Okay, Hassan Nasrallah did not say that defending Hamas is not worthy of Hezbollah's sacrifice. In fact, he has said that if Hamas is threatened with destruction, then Hezbollah will intervene. There will be a larger war. But he is not a man who is going to allow emotion to interfere with good policy. Hamas has defined a conflict. Hamas defined it, not Hezbollah. Hamas is the one who has determined what they want to achieve and how they're going to achieve it. And Hamas has said, we don't need you to intervene. Who is Hezbollah then to say, we don't care what you want, Hamas, we're going to intervene? Who is Hezbollah to say that? You can't be more Palestinian than the Palestinians.
Yeah, I like that.
Okay? And the same thing with Iran. Who is Iran to tell the Palestinian people, look, you are on the cusp of finally getting a Palestinian state, but because we are insulted by what Israel is doing, we will undo all of that to create a larger war where there will never be a Palestinian state. No. Hassan Nasrallah is a genius because he has taken an extremely complicated situation where the average human who is filled with outrage, if you remember the fists are clenched.
Yeah.
I forget.
You can tell.
The fists are clenched, tears down the face.
Yeah.
About the deaths that are happening. This was Vladimir Putin. Vladimir Putin, the most rational actor, fists are clenched, tears because of the death of the Palestinian children. Who wouldn't want to intervene? But you have to be responsible. You have to pull back from the emotions and look at the reality of what you want to be the outcome to be. The best outcome for the Middle East is not the destruction of Israel, but the destruction of political Zionism.
Exactly.
The best outcome is not, the promotion of a Palestinian state that replaces Israel as the occupier, as the hated. If it's Muslims oppressing Jews, that is bad. That is as bad as Jews oppressing Muslims. The best outcome is where Muslims and Jews can live together in peace in the Holy Land, whether it's a two-state solution or a single-state solution. That's not up for me to say. That's up for negotiators. But also one where Hassan Nasrallah and Hezbollah can continue to be good members of the Lebanese community, political community, looking out for the welfare of Lebanon, not turning their back on. How selfish is it for Hassan Nasrallah to say, I choose to attack Israel, knowing that the Lebanese people will pay the price? That's very selfish. Instead, he's saying, I am a Lebanese politician. I am somebody who cares about Lebanon. Hamas is a political party, not just a resistance movement. How selfish is it of Ibrahim Raisi to tell the Iranian people, after they have suffered for decades under economic sanctions, at the moment of their economic liberation, at the moment that he's ready to fulfill the promise he's made for many, many years, that the Iranian government has made to the people, that we are going to rise on our feet and we will restore ourselves economically, that sanctions did not defeat us. How selfish would it be to throw it all away because he wants to feel good about sending missiles against Israel? That's bad leadership. Hassan Nasrallah, Ibrahim Raisi, I think, have emerged as very good leaders. And the fact that the people who criticize them are those articulating for violence should tell you everything. Right. If Islam is indeed a religion of peace, and I believe it is. Look, war is war. War is a human condition. Humans are fallible. Humans make the mistakes. Religion can be abused by humans, misused for any number of causes. I condemn Al-Qaeda for perverting the cause of Islam in support of what they've done. If you want to live in peace, you have to have the maturity to live in peace, meaning you avoid the temptations of war where at all possible. Right now, there is a horrible war being waged between Israel and Hamas. That war must play itself out. But there's no reason, there's no need to bring war upon war upon war.
I talk a lot about leadership here on my channel. When you're in a position of leadership, you've got to maintain your focus on the large goal. You've got to maintain your focus on the goal that you have at the end of the journey and not allow your emotions to derail you from achieving the ultimate goal. And that is what Scott Ritter is saying here, basically, when he's speaking about Hezbollah, Hassan Nasrallah, who gave this speech, this genius speech, as Scott Ritter calls it. And it's on my channel, the full speech. You got to watch that speech to understand what is going on here. The speech was absolute genius. The way he balanced anger, rage, and goals and responsibility and leadership. It was a masterclass. So I urge you to go watch that video. But Hassan Nasrallah knows that Hezbollah is a political party just as much as, if not more, than a military wing. So with that, they've got political objectives that they're trying to achieve, and those objectives are the safety and prosperity of the Lebanese people. So he's not going to just run off and just completely attack Israel and have Lebanon be turned into the destructive place that Gaza, the rubble that Gaza now is. See that happen to Lebanon. He's not going to do that because he cares about the Lebanese people. He wants the best for those people. As in the last video titled Escalation Management, he's working on the escalation management there, managing the war, being smart, using his emotional intelligence. And a major war isn't good for Hamas's goals either, and he wants Hamas to succeed in them receiving their Palestinian state. But Scott says that Hezbollah will intervene if Hamas is getting ready to be destroyed because he's not going to allow that to happen. And Hamas deserves that type of respect because Hamas is the one that has defined the parameters of this conflict. And Hezbollah respects that. Iran as well. That's the same reason why Iran hasn't just gone off the hook and just really attacked Israel, because they want to get out from up under those sanctions. They want prosperity for their people. So this whole thing is really being managed. You know what I'm saying? This whole strategy is really being managed incrementally. I definitely urge you to go watch the speech. Hezbollah leader gives apocalyptic speech. You've got to see that. It's very, very important. It's on my channel. Go to my channel, subscribe, and watch that video. Please like this video. All praises to the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. This is Crown Prince Media. I am the Crown Prince. Let's go.
No one can do it better.